Welcome back to Wi-Fi PM. Now, the coronavirus has had a big impact on the travel industry. Reuters reports that the U.S. is now posting travel advisories for Iran, Italy, and Magnolia in an effort to contain the virus from spreading. Now, this comes as a recent report from the International Air Transport Association says the outbreak could leave global airline revenue nearly $29 billion short this year. That's after so many years of record profits for the airlines. Joining us now for more on this is senior travel editor at The Points Guy, Melanie Lieberman. Melanie, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So what does this mean for the average person? What's the impact? Because we were discussing this earlier in the show, but for weeks we've seen the headlines about coronavirus, but the average American could sort of not worry that much about it. And stocks also were not really responding, shrugging it off. Now this week we're seeing a number of new countries mentioned, and it's becoming obviously much more concerning. So should people traveling and flying in the next few weeks be concerned, and what should they do?
Yeah, it's a really tough situation, obviously, and still very much developing, but we are urging travelers to keep their peace of mind at the forefront. And, if you're not comfortable traveling, it doesn't matter where you're going, you're not going to have fun, you're not going to enjoy your trip. So if you don't have any urgent travel plans coming up, we do advise travelers to take a step back, think really carefully about where they're going. Now might be a great time to travel around the United States, stay closer to home. That's what we're, recommending right now, but it is obviously a developing situation and we're still watching.
Go see some of our national parks.
Absolutely. I think it's a great time to go to the Glacier, maybe Yellowstone, get far out there.
But if you have to be on a plane right now,
Yes.
What is your recommendation? I mean, should you wipe down the tray? I mean, what else do you have to do to protect yourself?
Yeah, again, there are only so many things people can do to avoid travel right now. If you do have plans, I think wiping down your seat, especially your tray table, those super high touch, hard surfaces, that's a great recommendation. Even if it makes you feel better, it can't hurt. Use, wipes with alcohol in them. A lot of them do kill very common viruses, so definitely wipe down your seat. Make sure to wash your hands a lot. It's really, really basic stuff, but you should be washing your hands every time you think about it, and then keep your hands away from your face as much as possible.
So let's talk about cruises. It's like the Great American Vacation, or perhaps it was the Great American Vacation. Do you think the cruise industry is going to be able to recover from the stories that we've been hearing over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think down the road the cruise industry will certainly recover, but I do think it could take some time for it to bounce back. Frankly, we've seen cancellations through the end of the year in Asia. So there are significant cuts in terms of service. It's going to take a while for that to change. It's going to take a while for travelers to feel comfortable cruising.
And getting back to airplanes, so are there any flights to China happening right now? Have they all cut back? You just can't go there?
All of the U.S. carriers have cut service to China at this time. You can still get to China, but it is really, it's a level 4 advisory from the U.S. State Department right now. So travelers really should not be traveling to China unless there is no way around it right now.
Something on everyone's mind. All right, Melanie Lieberman, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.